Don't know if this microphone's picking this up, but there's like a very loud grunting noise in the background. We've just spotted 2 female deer and a possible male up ahead on the other side, over sort of about here, and they've gone there. Hear that in the background? We think that's a male deer calling to the females. Right up the top of the hill over there. They were on this side. As soon as they heard us, they kind of got up and trotted off down in the valley, down there to the bottom, and then up on the other side. Probably hard to see through the trees. I can just about see the movement, but they've gone now down this way. But they've gone way up on the other side. I was hoping to catch them actually on camera, but all we can do is hear them. I hope the microphone picked that up. Back here again at our new location, where we're now concentrating on a build for a new type of sort of, well, not a new type, but a debris shelter that we haven't actually tried. Loads of other people have. Look what I found in the undergrowth. Hi guys. The other half of FNS Bushcraft.
Yeah, they were.
You having a poo?
Yeah. Got the right colour plants on. I think those were mating calls.
They were, yeah. I think there was a male up ahead calling to them,
yeah.
And there were 2 females trotting behind a male. Yeah.
Halfway up the other side of the valley.
I saw the movement. I caught the back end. Yeah. And you could hear that call, and they moved further up, and then it call again, and they moved further up. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't know how many of them are in here, but
quite a few. I mean, it's not overly abundant because deer aren't, well, low in population in the UK because they're absolutely hunted to obliteration.
But up on the tops,
the
moorland is, they're out in the open up there anyway.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, we've seen them all over, haven't we? All over the Peak District.
Yeah.
There's quite a high population. I mean, I wouldn't mind actually contacting the Forestry Commission and asking, kind of, have they any idea what the deer population is around these parts? I bet it's quite high, higher than you think. They're just bird of prey in the background, hear that? Kestrel.
Kestrel, yeah.
This is why it's the perfect place. You've got roosting sites up in the treetops for birds of prey, perfect habitat for deer, and then perfect habitat for 2 strange men to build a bit of a shelter in the woods, just because quite literally we just want to get away from it all. We just need a place to come to. It's a little bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment, but we can cut the end off and bring that back end down and in a little bit so it's more in line with the front. Don't think it needs to be that splayed apart, but we can chop the ends off and we can refine. But yeah, bit of a long intro, but we'll hang you. How do you flip this thing around, mate?
You can't while you're in
mid-film. Right. Okay, so
not on that phone anyway.
Right, so yeah, so we'll get back to you guys. We're planning a few different things. We've had a lot of issues going on in our personal life. We've basically come to the woods and we've spent probably about 45-50 minutes just having a bit of a heart-to-heart kind of chat about stuff, so that's kind of wasted a bit of time, but we'll try and get as much in today as we possibly can and crack on with things. And this is a good escape for us, something else to focus on. So we're now going to put our minds to this and why we're here. So yeah, debris shelter, winding in loads of sticks, branches. As you can see, there's just so much that's fell down in here. Beast of the East helps us with that one. So resources are plenty. We created a mallet. I don't know whether you saw that last time. That's still here, is it? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
There's our bushcraft mallet.
Every bushcrafter should have a mallet.
Yeah, you just get a thick log and then do stop cut sort of 4 inches, 4.5, 5 inches up, and then you just shave it off down to that stop cut, make your handle, and then the top end becomes the heavy end you hit things with. And let's just see, Matt. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's solid as a rock. So we know we've got a very good solid stable. Watch this snap now. I've done this before. Yeah, it'll take a bit of weight, that will. Yeah. Right, okay, so we'll get back to you shortly. Oh, well, I don't know about notching this, it might weaken it. But if you notch this,
Well, it won't be deep. I'll just
yeah, just make it shallow on this.
yeah.
Doesn't matter about this, but this is going to be a weight bearing, so don't take too much off that. As long as it's just got a flatter surface. And then come wide, not too wide, just above that mark. Got the axe now, right? You're not wanting to bang too much. Right, so we'll try and mark up the other end as well, John. The way to the bottom of the hole, but that bit loose. Too thin. That's all. Up to you. And if that's in, drive it in a bit further with the back of the axe. Just use that for something else. Chest piece. That was close. Yeah, so actually we sheathed it. there's too much in the hole, doesn't it? It's too loose in that bottom hole. You're bouncing it out because it's hitting the bottom.
Yeah.
It's bottoming out, isn't it? Can you not? We're hurting, not pull out now. Can you take the top pole out, Matt? Take the top pole out and then cut a bit off the end of your peg whilst it's through the log. Yeah, right. So cut a bit off so it'll go in a bit deeper, so that'll mean the thick bit will drive through a bit more. Maybe you've just done this bottom end too thin. That's what I did. Pinged off too. Right, you might be able to drive that in more. Better?
Better. You're not you and younger.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Eat Snickers.
No, we're not. We're not sponsored by Snickers.
Going anywhere.
Better? Yeah. Sorry. You just knocked a squirrel over that.
Yeah.
Right. So got to do the same as that on the other side. So we're now going to cut another length off the poles we've got, like you see Matt's doing. Yeah. We've got that one. We've already got one, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got two.
Right, for the width. And then we've got that for weaving in and out, haven't we? There's a thin bit, so we keep that. Yeah.
Sounds like an eagle, that doesn't it?
It does, but it's not a kestrel.
Falcon, maybe?
Oh no.
Harry Hawk?
Probably a kestrel. They're rare down south, wasn't it? Harry Hawk stuff.
Up north, actually, in Scotland, there's a massive farm of them. This thing in there.
And then again, if we just position that about there, I can't move, about there, and we can then do that upright bit that we said we were going to do.
Yep.
Both sides. It's going to be a bit tricky this end, so it's a bit thin, but then that's even thinner, so
Yeah.
use this one.
Try and get them as level as possible with each other, otherwise it'll all be off and out and weird.
It's all off and out and weird anyway, but that's about roughly the same height if you have a look. It's not far off.
Yeah.
From the ground, that's not far off that. We go for there, we don't hold it, you grab a civil.
Yeah. Probably better on that because it's more solid.
It doesn't seem to echo, does it?
Doesn't create as much noise.
Not great. It's because the wood's a bit rotten as well, but
Yeah.
so as long as it's flat-ish, just flat surface to flat surface, it'll be fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not carving here, are we? Just to get that flat surface, really. This helps the two flat surfaces to bind better than a round to a round. So I think we'll have to call this the workbench. I'll do me. And maybe if we chop it through with a big bow saw, we can then bury that half in the ground, have this top sticking up out of the ground for a chopping block.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
I can use this end to work on.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Right, so get that on there as best we can. And just double check these cuts. Just so that when I go to the end of the stop cut, I've got the angle right. Please sheathe that one. Cheers. Oh, the sun's breaking through, that's nice. I think we're pretty spot on there, mate.
Looks alright from here.
Oh, yeah. from a distance. Where's the original peg? That's wealthy.
It was like, it's gone like that.
So that's the original peg out of the bag?
Yeah. And because of the
Wealthy.
because of the twisting action on it, it's compressing all the grain in there, so it's gone dead thin.
Ah.
It's because it's a soft wood. You're supposed to use a hard wood for handles, so the wood doesn't compress.
Yeah.
But
Did you hear somebody talking?
no, I heard a branch snap or something behind me over there. Thought it was another deer or something.
It could be
but
deadfall or a deer. If there's somebody walking, you'd hear the regular snap of twigs as they take each step.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, that's useless.
Oh, that's alright.
Oh, that wobbles on there, it shouldn't.
Made it worse, isn't it?
I'm just going to break through and make a mark and then take it off. I'm not going through them both.
I think you've gone. Yeah, you've
just started there.
Yeah.
I'll overhang it until I've broke through. Hi.
Yeah.
Hello. And today, children, through the round window.
That works, that did. You focused on your eye. This camera is actually so much better than the phone cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the zoom's easier.
It's got the quality isn't just ×1 zoom. You know, like on the phones when you go to like ×5, it goes really grainy.
Yeah.
It's high definition all the way
On that.
on every zoom. So, and the fidelity on it is a bit better as well. It picks up the colours better.
Fidelity.
The colour saturation.
long as it's bitten. That's not going anywhere. I'll just nip it off then. Here is a carry case. Don't know if you can see that. There's a carry case that I made out of a sleeve of a leather jacket with a strap off a handbag in leather to then carry and protect this little beauty. That we're going to use the big log over there.
It's at the bottom, that is, I think. Yes. Going anywhere? We've been doing the framing today. About 50% done.
Yeah, we've basically notched and pegged using the auger these on. This should then hopefully give us room to drive a couple of stakes in and put some logs lengthways coming upright, and we'll show that in another video, and that'll give us a wall at the side, because really that's kind of just useless space, you know what I mean? So we'll do a straight wall down on both sides, and then we're going to have some more poles like this, probably there, up to the top, middle, up to the top, and then probably there, up to the top on both sides. And then we're going to weave some stuff in between, and then we've then got a lot of this we can use.
A lot of sphagnum moss,
Moss,
which we're planning on using.
Just
and then
as best we can.
We'll reach it. Loads of this stuff, just debris. Maybe some spruce boughs, because there's some trees down. If you have a look, and over there in the distance.
That'd be useful.
But mainly moss and weaving stuff through.
Obviously, we always want to get more done when we come, and time is always our enemy. We never seem to have enough, but it is what it is. We fit in what we can, we do what we can, but we like to show what we get done and how we do it using different skills, different techniques. That's the whole point. If Matt just spins around, we did say earlier on, there's a big downed tree here, and we've decided we're going to perhaps cut it with the big saw, probably about there, and then bury this bottom half of the stump in the ground, so that we've got then a nice clean flat surface to split logs and stuff on. Gives us a chopping block to work on. It's always useful.
You can do it next time.
But we said we'd do it this time, but we've just not had time. We've got to go because light's starting to go. So I built that for nothing. But it doesn't matter. We'll show you that next time. So there's a little incentive to come back if you haven't already subscribed fully to the channel. Come back next time. We'll show you how that gets used either singularly or between two people. Very useful tool and wasn't expensive. Very handy to have around camp, especially for bigger logs. Alright, so from me, from John, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for being here and watching our videos of varying different kinds. I think thank you from Matthew.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
In our description will be a link to our Patreon page. Please hop on over there and check that out if you wish to support us. If not, doesn't matter. It's no big deal. A like then would be better, and hit the notification bell, notify all. That will then tell you when we next do a video. So yeah, cheers guys, thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.